recording.
Okay. Yeah, we can start with intentions and distractions. My intention is going through the agenda. There are a bit of topics I added, like they're very short. Like, for example, like next week, I'm sharing. Yeah, next week at this time I'll be on my bike actually, rode to another village to get my psychotechnic test. So sorry, not next week, but the following one. So we have also a transparency call, and I was thinking, well, we can discuss it later, but we can either change the time or maybe do it like next week or the next one. Yeah, we can just discuss it later on. And yeah, my biggest focus right now for the transparency goal is the advice process and the roadmap. I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to this agenda. Just to sync with you and see what's gonna happen in the next days or this week or the next in the next couple of weeks for transparency, and see where I can support. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, distractions, just that I still have to create that tweet for the blog, for Nate's blog post. So yeah, I think we can start.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, man is not here. We can just wait. We can just move this. Maybe he joins later on. Okay, I also want to make it later on. Oh. Maybe before the roadmap. Yeah. Yeah, I was navigating through our YouTube channel, and yeah, there's some playlists that are missing for Omega and Labs for sure, but I didn't did a full audit. But yeah, we can check it out. Maybe we can even do them right, like now. I feel
Okay.
we have time. It's
Yeah.
going to be a yeah.
Can you
Pretty
check it?
short
Because I think
course.
I've been adding this to their playlists. They don't. It's not there. Or maybe I haven't added Omega.
Yeah,
There.
we have this. Oh wait, is it? I was doing. Wait. I was our channel playlist. Oh wait, I didn't saw that thing. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, okay, yeah. Next point. I think we can read the agreements we already have on advice process. So you also have some context. I can send you this link. And yeah, basically, I'll be working also this week on the advice process, and I will check also the agreements and for advice process and Discord, but I can do that on my own. But yeah, I just wanted maybe we can just read it, and
Okay.
if you have like something like you say, oh, we should add this, and then I'll just got it in touch so we can yeah just if you know to have another point of view.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can just read it through. Maybe do you prefer like I read it loudly, or you prefer like we each read it like by ourselves,
Yeah.
like
We
in 5 minutes?
can. Yeah, we can read it by ourselves. In the next 5 minutes. Please. I feel like in the advice process, main actions. I
Wait, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, I feel like we could add something. Well, just go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like we can add something like we can also request advice through one-on-one discussion, or like for example in the stewards, what we've been doing for like is that, I don't know if it can be considered as if it's valid, if the advice process, like taking the advice from just one individual but not publicly, like you reach out to this person and you sent this person a DM and gets feedback. Will it be considered as a valid process if we request advice in a private conversation or in a one-on-one or in a specific chat group, like for the stewards?
I think it would be okay, but it's also but
So
then make it
transparent.
public. Yeah, like actually, I'm through a process where I'm asking like Chui, Tam, and Grief their opinions. The only one to give me an answer back so far was Grief for the moment. But yeah, the idea is like I'm talking with them, I get their feedback, and then I'll post it like their feedback on the forum post.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we've been doing this, like I will write something and then I will get your advice. Like for us, we discuss these things and then we get each other's advice. But how do we make sure that when we reach out to these people privately, like I think it comes here at the fourth bullet. It's like tagging them, but if they don't respond in the public post, we can try to send them a personal message, right? Maybe they would respond. It's like, I mean, it's not wrong because it can be like a more proactive action. You know, like if you chase them to get their opinion, maybe we can get their attention if we really need their advice on something. But then, what if they respond to us in a private conversation and not in the forum post? So how do we make it more transparent, or will it be considered as a valid process?
Yeah, I think yes, and I feel it's very important also like what Livy did here, like think very hard who is the people that are going to be affected, and but get a real understanding on who will be affected. I mean, do the best research possible. Of course, like cannot take perfect decisions, but and ask the people who for example, like if we want to manage credentials, like probably the most affected working group would be comms, more directly at least, because maybe they are using a system where they share Twitter accounts more easily, and we create a process that is harder to them to share, and then since it's harder, it will be affected to them, and it's very important to get their opinion before doing something like that. I mean, we also talked with Chui before doing it, but it's it's good to see like the people who is more affected and how to sing with them, and so we reach like the best outcome.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, it's here. Like we can tag them, but what if they respond to us privately? How do we make it transparent? Do we update it in the comment section?
Maybe we do we can do maybe make it public, maybe forum. Like in the same thread where you're asking for advice, and imagine the scenario where nobody is giving you any advice. You do your own proactive advice, like you reach them one-on-one, and then for transparency sake, you post it on the forum.
Yeah.
But of course, you have to
Get their
talk with the
consent.
people
Yeah.
you're talking. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
and yeah, and that would be a good method to get the advice process.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't know if because there are only the two of us working on this, and I feel like it's not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll hack on it like probably after this call. But yeah, I mean, I feel it's very important to get your feedback.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to add something else.
That's the only
But
one.
yeah, mostly I was thinking like the same.
Yeah, that's the only one I wanted to add here. Like, what if after tagging them, what if they don't respond? Then we chase them on one-on-ones, and then they give their feedback privately. How do we make it transparent? So, yeah, that's the only thing that I wanted to point out here.
But what even if you talk with them one-on-one and you don't get a response?
Then that's it. We don't get any. We. It's not the end of the world if we don't get their response. But I mean, it's not only
we
one
just take
person.
the decision. No?
Yeah, I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
If they don't give their advice, and then the other members of the community speak up, then we can take it from there. I mean, we give our best to get their advice, but if they don't, there's nothing else we can do. We can't delay a proposal just because we don't get their feedback. I mean, they're not like the core people controlling the community. If
if someone is inactive, you cannot. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we can delay a decision just because they don't respond.
But what about if someone is on vacation, and it's affect, like, imagine if someone wants to, she was on vacation. That's the time to do this, and then, Chu, you were not here. I was asking you, but you say nothing, so I had to proceed, right?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a case-to-case basis.
Maybe what?
A case-to-case basis, like if this proposal will directly affect and will have a huge impact on this person or in this group, and we didn't get their advice, maybe we can make another proposal to extend this to extend the discussion for this, since these people are not available. That's true. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I'd like to hear from more people. Like, it's sad, like, people do not join these calls. I really would like to hear from, like, Nate, Libby, Greg,
yeah, that's true.
Like, these people know a lot.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, only two people discussing this matter.
Yeah.
This kind of matter is not really like.
Yeah.
It's like we're not meeting the quorum to make decisions and discuss. It's just my opinion, your opinion, and it's just that there's the two of us.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
I mean, the idea is to also post it on the forum. It's not like we're taking a decision; we're just reviewing our processes. But still, I feel more engagement would be needed.
Actually, one thing that I noticed in our transparency channel, I was just checking it today, that we don't get updates on this bot announcement that the transparency call is happening. I think the last one we had it was in June. I just saw it today, but I think Vivi isn't back yet. So if you go,
he's on vacation.
Yeah, he's on vacation. But I just checked it today. I mean, I was trying, but why there's no like reminder that the transparency call is happening in an hour or 30 minutes. Usually, other working groups get it, right? But I checked transparency channel, and the last time it was I
Yeah.
think it was in
Should I tag by
June.
B? And maybe when he's back, he will just read it? Or
Yeah,
you think that would be annoying?
um,
I mean, I just wanted to do it so I do not forget. Like,
I would maybe we can just open an issue in the
yeah,
Zen Hub and assign it to him, so he doesn't think that it's urgent. Because yeah, I mean I don't want to bother him as well since he's on vacation.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Okay, I'll open an issue for that.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Uh,
add it here. In our agenda.
awesome, thank you, Ivy.
Let me check again the channel because I was checking it today, and the last reminder I saw was in July 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
June 7th? Yeah, it was June
Okay.
7th. That's the last time we had the transparency call reminder bot.
And what else? Like,
Maybe when we can, okay, I'll let you finish and then I'll say something about the
okay.
advice process when you're done with the Zen Hub issue.
Where are the emojis?
I gave you the.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that you could use some there, but yeah, I'll check the web page. Uh, uh, um, hey!
Hmm?
Oh no, where's my? Oh, I lost the
What's happening?
issue.
Hey, you haven't created it? Maybe it's you can see it because of the filter.
No, I just fuck it up. Like I don't know what I did, but I didn't press create issue. Uh, Title bot comments. Since June 7, you say? Okay. Yeah, that's done. And you say something for advice process?
Yeah, what I was trying to say is for when we post this in the forum, it doesn't have to be like we are proposing specific actions, right? Maybe we can when we post this in the advice process, maybe we can have a question like yeah, that's why we're putting it there to get their feedback. Like for bullet number 4, how do we make this conversation more transparent if if these experts and individuals respond to us privately. So what can be, yeah, we can, I mean, we can raise this question in the post and get the feedback from the community, like if they have suggestions, you know, because we can't we can't come up with solutions now in this call, but that's why we're posting it in the advice process in the forum to get people's idea or suggestions how to deal with it. Like if we tag them and then they respond to us privately, how can we make this more transparent? Like we're open to their.
Actually, there is a small team working on the TC agreements, like on all of those, and ideally we have it all of them review like by this week on Friday. And I think Anna Marie is leading it. Maybe she can have some insights how to, and at least a small group of people is checking them. So it's not like me and you alone at the end. Like we're doing it alone now, but then we're also going to sing with Anna Marie and the TC Agreements team. Like it started last week. And yeah, the scope is having for this week, but I don't feel the team is big enough to have it ready for this week. But yeah, that's not on our concerns right now. And yeah, maybe like we can give it brainstorm and have our ideas there, and then maybe we do a big post. Maybe like I don't know how Anna Marie wants to approach this, but I feel like she can come up with some good ideas.
Yeah, I
And
think that.
of course we can provide support.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Zep. Like, because there are not so many people joining this call. One thing that we can do is join in other working groups call who can give feedback on this, and then that's where we can raise this topic.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I mean, ideally we would discuss that on SoftGov, but they also have their own agendas, right? So I feel like TC agreements, if I'm not mistaken, it should happen.
What exactly are they working on the TEC agreements? What are these agreements? Is it like the code of conduct or?
Yeah, but basically what they're doing is, we have all those agreements for the Hatchdao, Gravity, Advice Process Forum, all of those. And what they're doing is they are going one by one, reviewing them, and see if what they are saying is still accurate with our cultural bit. And because we evolve, like especially after like the price and all of this. So maybe like price maybe needs some changes. So like, yeah, the idea is review all of them and see if some need some updates.
I think this topic should fall into SoftGov's agenda. I mean, we can ask them if we can, like have like maybe 5 minutes to discuss this topic. Because it's more for SoftGov and not for agreements.
Yeah, but the thing is like, it's not like 5 minutes. It's not a 5 minute topic.
Yeah, true.
It should take almost like, if not the whole call, half of it.
But it's also an important part of governance, right? So I think they should make time for this topic. I think we should make time for this topic. I mean, just because the SoftGov is discussing a lot of topics already doesn't mean that they can disregard this one, because it's still part of governance. So it should really be discussed in it. Working group call.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, but I think we can support as transparency too. Like at the end of the day, there are practices we're doing, and what we're trying to do here is like make it available to everyone.
Yes.
So that's that's transparency somehow.
Yeah, I agree that we, of course, we're supporting this initiative, but my point is like I think the feedback from the SoftGov working group call is more, you can get more insightful opinions or feedback from them, because they know more how to build the culture rather than the agreements, rather than the people working on the agreements. I mean, when we seek opinions or feedback from this, I think the people who know more about governance is in the SoftGov call. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's more appropriate to be discussed in the SoftGov working group call rather than in the agreements call. That's just my
totally
opinion.
Totally. Yeah, of course. But the thing is, like, we are not leading it, and we can make suggestions. But at the end of the day, it's not like we.
Yeah, but it's like we can ask Livia if we can have time to discuss it as well in their call. It's like, remember when we have some topics we want to discuss with the stewards, we reach out to Tam and ask Tam, hey Tam, can we have some minutes to discuss about this topic? So it's just the same thing.
Yeah. But Liv is on vacation right now. So I like this sort of call is going to lead by Suga, which might be I don't know. I don't know what are the plans you have, but we could ask her.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it doesn't matter who leads the call, but this topic I think falls under governance, so it's where this should be discussed. Yeah, maybe we can ask Suga if she can accommodate this topic for discussion in the call.
I'll do it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're already at a half of the call. Maybe it would be interesting to check like the roadmap.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, do you wanna? The thing is, like, I still not, fully convinced, because we still don't know how the price system is going to work. Like, imagine, like, there is money in cognates. We or at least I don't know, and this makes so hard to take decisions. But I mean, if we want a quick and dirty solution, what I would do for transparency is a transparency DAO, like come for suggesting at some point. And by the way, I also going to make an audit with Chui, like for especially he's trying to focus on this financial part of the audit, and I think that can give us a very good lead. So my suggestions regarding the roadmap would be wait until the price system and sing with Chui what his ideas for comms. From there take some decisions, but I don't know if that's too lazy or too like waiting for others to do stuff and then take decisions. But I feel we could support helping on the accelerating these other processes. Like instead of waiting that to happen and then make a decision, maybe we can just support those processes and when those processes are done, then we can make a decision. But yeah, I would like to know your opinion on the roadmap.
Actually, it's not really being lazy, but being smart. you know, because it doesn't make
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense to work on something then we're just gonna redo it later on because we started we started something that's not sure yet. It's like making a plan and then later on we have to delete this plan because erase all these plans because
Yeah.
it's everything is unclear. Where do we start? But I think one, like what you said, it's best to ask the right people what's like the price system, like you said. I mean, I honestly don't know, or I am honestly, I'm totally clueless what's gonna
Yeah.
what system we're gonna use for this, for funding. And yeah, I don't know where to start as well. But instead of but I agree that instead of waiting, it's good to ask people the questions that we have so we can start doing something.
Yeah.
But I don't know who to
Yeah.
ask, and I don't know what questions to ask.
And it's like not only for this, but imagine like, okay, we get compensated by the price system. Okay, imagine that scenario, and then we also ask for money to the transparency DAO, but just for paying contributors that are like we need something, so we have money to make things happen, and ask for help to some experts, but we also are going to praise them, right? So are we going to compensate them twice?
Then
Like,
we don't praise them anymore if they get compensated. But we're trying to build this gratitude
but
culture, right?
but the thing, yeah, but the thing is, yeah, you praise them because imagine like, I don't know, like Griff's do something like super cool for transparency and you're paying him, but at the same time you want to pray, you find yourself in the community call and you see like this thing
But
was super cool, and then you just praise him because you feel it, right? And
that's why
but then
the reward system is being changed, right? I mean, they for the paid contributors, they don't get the full amount of the impact hours, right? When it comes to monetary,
well,
but we are giving them the 75% for governance. So I think it's okay if we praise them because they don't get the full.
no, but the governance might not happen. Like, we
Yeah,
have
but
to vote.
if you were worried about the monetary rewards, like they will get praised and then they get paid as well. If they get
Yeah,
paid and then you know that
but
the paid contributors don't get the 100% praise.
that's not correct. That's not correct, because with the price mahedon, like, people were getting either paid or not, and the compensation was kind of similar. And then, like, this reward system that Libby is suggesting, it's totally different from the one we had before. And then Griff was doing very cool suggestions, like, maybe like Libby was saying, like having a lot of people quantifying, like 15 people, and then also have and then Griff was saying maybe you can send random prices to all the people and they quantify, but make sure like no one is quantifying themselves, right? Because that would be bad. But then, like, we are not talking about deducting anything to anyone in here, which is okay. I mean, I don't see it as a wrong thing, but the thing is, like, I feel it's important. It's not to double
Compensate,
compensate
yeah.
people, not because they do not deserve it, but because people do great things. But the thing is, like, if we waste our money so fast, the commons will run out of money, and we need to take care of it if we want to stay here for the long run.
Okay, because for the
Like,
transparency work, it's only you and me who's really doing a lot of things for transparency. It's like from time to time there are contributors helping us like zero, and he doesn't get compensated for it. But we praise him for doing the work. So I feel like we're not really. I mean, if we're just gonna talk about transparency, we don't have to rush our roadmap because both of us are getting compensated, right? I mean, we don't need really funding for the two of us, but for the other contributors in the future, that's where we need the funding for.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, the idea is like also, like these working groups be autonomous and independent. So, like the idea is like, Commons Stack do not need to fund TC activity.
Yeah.
Like, TC have their own money. So why should Commons Stack fund TC when TC have money? Like, for now, it's cool because it's helping, right? Like to make it faster and more nice with more support from the community. But the thing is, in the future, I mean, if you're making a system where you have someone putting money in all the time and then the system is working, you cannot say, oh, the system is working, because it's not. Like, it's someone else putting money in, right? Like the idea is like TC can fund itself by their own, like the transparency task you and me do. They should be compensated through TC. And for example, if we or you do Common Stack work, then Common Stack can compensate for Common Stack work, but the TC work should be funded by TC.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I don't know how to start this roadmap actually, because it's not really clear to me what tools we can use to get funding and like the system.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think the best thing we can do right now is ask the right people what's gonna be the price system or the tools that we're gonna.
Yeah. I mean,
but
this is going to move forward.
Are we rushing to do it before the Commons upgrade? I mean, I'm thinking like, because in the work agreement that Tam and I are working are drafting, it's like there's a statement there like but this is still in discussion. This is not final yet, but there's a discussion there. Like after the Commons upgrade, the contributors the TEC contributors will get there will be like 4 weeks to be compensated, but funding. But after that 4 weeks, they should be funded by TEC already.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So that in that 4 weeks, in those 4 weeks, maybe that's the time for us to prepare these proposals. I mean, we don't have to rush because we have to wait for the Commons upgrade, right? So once once we finish the Commons upgrade, we still have 4 weeks to create our funding proposals. And I'm sure that maybe a week before the Commons upgrade or a few weeks before the Commons upgrade, things will be clearer. There will be more direction. So I think like we can start creating this roadmap and the funding proposals like 2 weeks before the launch of the Commons upgrade.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe we can just get back to it. But also on the thing why we were putting this, it's because on the sprint review, there were people talking like the only working group that have a proposal is comms, and on the things that could go better. So it looks like the working groups are not ready, like to ask for funds, even if they're working. So
Then
I don't
maybe
know.
this can be for discussion in the stewards call. Like, what are the other working groups doing? Like, why haven't they started yet? What are their thoughts, what are their sentiments, why
mean,
aren't they
yeah,
starting
I feel like they
anything?
are like us.
Yeah, so it's if we can get their feedback as well, then we know that okay, maybe we can have a consensus that it's not a priority for this sprint,
Mm-hmm.
But at
Yeah,
least at least it's being discussed, but it doesn't we don't have to really make a decision on. Yeah, I think it's something that we can discuss with the other stewards and see what's stopping them from creating this roadmap or these funding proposals, and see where we can step in as well. And yeah, if we know their concerns, what's why they haven't started anything yet, then because we have to see where the blocker is coming from, like what's blocking them from creating the funding proposals, and like why is comms doing this and why other working groups are not doing this,
yeah.
what's stopping them. We have to know what's stopping them first before we can uh, think of a solution or suggest of a
I
solution.
mean, they could say the same from us, right?
Yeah, but we can just
What's
only
stopping
assume
them?
now. Yeah, we can only assume now. Like we don't know. That's why it's best to ask them in the stewards call. I mean, we can only assume that they're
Yeah,
thinking the same like us, but it's just our assumption. We need a confirmation.
yeah. We don't know for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So I think we can discuss this in the stewards call, and yeah, ask them what's the blocker for creating funding proposals. I mean, it doesn't mean that we have to address those blockers as soon as possible, but at least we have an idea.
Yeah, have it in mind.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add on this topic.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So yeah, then like on the next transparency call, I won't be here. So maybe we could either make a transparency call by next week, or maybe do 2 weeks after, or like or yeah, or maybe we can do a work sesh like
Mm-hmm.
for next week, and then skip the sync, since we are doing work sesh. We can sync during the work sesh, or yeah, or yeah. I would like to hear your opinions on how to like. I won't be able to make it at 3 p.m. since I will be yeah, I'll be on a bike moving to another village to get my tests,
Mm-hmm.
psycho test for the drive license. So it's 1 hour of travel going there, and then 1 hour coming back. Uh, and yeah, at this, and it's going to be 5 p.m. CT.
I think we can.
I
It's
could
okay.
attend. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's okay to skip this call, like because Santi has done it. Like they skipped 2 weeks of no legal calls. If there's nothing urgent to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can play it by ear. Like if next week something comes up, and then you and I can sync together. If there's something that we have to work on, well, you know, because right now
Okay.
based on our agenda, there is nothing. The only thing that we have to work on is the advice process post, right? And I'm pretty sure we
Mm-hmm.
can work on that this week or next week before your yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, or uh, we can we can keep it in the calendar for now, and then next week let's see what comes up, and then we can, if something's urgent that needs to discuss, then I mean we can sync before you go away, and then I can just host. Yeah, I can just
Yeah.
do the transparency call. If someone shows up, then I can discuss what we have to discuss, and if not, then
Okay. Yeah.
you
That'd
know.
be cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's see next
Yeah.
week
That'd be
if
awesome.
let's see next week if anything comes up. Then if not nothing urgent that comes up, we can just skip the call since usually it's just you and me. But yeah, if there's
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
needs to be discussed with the members, or I can open the call and then wait for joiners. And yeah, let's see next week. I mean, it's okay for me to skip the call right now. I mean, if we are basing this conversation on the agenda that we talk about, I mean, if we're basing our decision on skipping the call, I would say it's okay to skip the call because there's nothing really urgent to. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
let's
that
see what
makes
comes
sense.
up next week.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Ivy, for that.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no more agenda topics. If we don't have anything else to discuss, I think we can close. But
Yeah.
yeah, any last words?
No, and just give me an update if you need help with the advice process post.
Okay.
I think that's it.
It won't be a post. It's a document I'm working on, and I'll
it will
also
be posted
sharing
in the
with Anna
forum.
Marie.
Okay.
I probably Anna Marie can post it. I will. I mean, there's some things I need to do on the forum post, but it's going to be answered on. It is not a topic. It's like we already created the topic for the managing credentials, and yeah, with Libby we're working on other processes, and yeah, just that.
Okay. So yeah, just let me know if there's anything I can help you with on this document.
Okay, I'll do. Okay, thank you so much, Ivy.
All right. Thanks, Zeb. See you around.
See you around. Bye bye.
Bye.